Usually I'm opposed to bringing Merlin when it comes to challenge quests, but I think this is sort of an exception because it's not really a challenge quest per se, trying to get us to do as much damage as we can within a given turn, just to see what we can do, how creative we could be, and without bringing support servants. So we can't bring support servants, we have to bring a team consisting of our own servants. So we can't rely on double Merlin, we can't rely on double Waver, we can't rely on double Gilgamesh, anything crazy like that. So I'm gonna show you guys what kind of team I use. So this is the team I use. Unfortunately, I don't have a limit broken level 100 Black Grill. If I did, then I would do a lot more damage. But unfortunately, I just don't. I've been playing the game for what, 3 years, and I still don't have that shit limit broken. I only have an NP3 Gilgamesh, which is still good. But if I had NP5 Gilgamesh, different story. But everything else in the team is pretty much as good as it can get. So obviously Merlin with his insane buffs, that's a no-brainer. Nightingale, interestingly, even though I don't really use her like that, her third skill is pretty valuable. It's basically Merlin's third skill, just a bit whacker, but it still does give the 50% buster to a party member. Mashu for the protection, obviously, and I think her Noble Phantasm as well. Her Noble Phantasm also increases attack up to the entire party, which is actually pretty clutch. Castergill, which I had to get creative with this one because I was playtesting a team earlier for the damage trial, and it wasn't doing that well until I put Castergill in the team and equipped him with his Bounty. If you don't know what his Bounty does, it gives 20% more NP damage to the entire party as long as he's out in the field. So this is actually clutch because I tested a team without this craft essence, and I tested it with the craft essence, and the damage gap is pretty big. It's like 200 or 300k, something crazy like that. So when I use a new melee, so it's pretty freaking sweet to have. I'm glad I bond 10 him. I mean, I bond 10 him a long ass time ago, but I don't really make use of the bounties because bounties are usually not that great unless you're Heracles. But in this particular case, I think Castrio's bounty is pretty good. I think there's other bond craft essences that also do the same effect. There's a lot of craft essences that do the exact same shit, especially bounties. So yeah, and then of course we got Ruler or John just for the protection as well. So the idea behind this team is to use Merlin's third skill on it's basically buff stacking. If you know what buff stacking is, then you're good. So basically use Merlin's third skill on Gilgamesh, Nightingale's third skill on Gilgamesh, as well as Merlin's first skill, and then switch Gilgamesh out to John using this Mystic Code, which has the ability to switch out party members at will every 13 turns or something like that. So I switch out Gilgamesh for John, and then I basically tank every hit and all that, and then Nightingale eventually dies and brings out Mashu, which makes an even more powerful tank team. And then after like 13 or 12 turns, I forget how much precisely it is, I switch out back into Gilgamesh, give Gilgamesh more buffs from Merlin, and ideally Castigal will be out there eventually, and maybe Mashu will die or something like that, or John will even die. I don't know how exactly I'm gonna go about it. I mean, I already did it. I already did this team, and I got 2 million, 2.1 million. So I'm gonna see if I could break that record, knowing the strategy a bit more now that I was able to get to 2.1 million. But I want to know what you guys use, what kind of team you guys use, as well as how much damage were you able to do. I've seen some pretty crazy teams online. There's people who did like 5 million damage, 6 million damage, just crazy ass numbers. Again, if I had a level 100 limit broken Black Grill, I'm pretty sure I would be doing a lot more, as well as a Waver. It would just make things a lot easier. And I know people are also bringing Siegfried. People are getting really creative with this damage trial. People are bringing Siegfried because 2 out of the 3 servants that you fight in this damage trial have the dragon trait, and Siegfried just happens to do more damage against dragons. So if you have like an NP5 grilled, fully foed out Siegfried with 10 all skills with Merlin, then you're in a pretty good place. As far as like the 6 million and 5 million damage motherfuckers, like, I don't know, like a lot of the posts don't show their teams. They just show how much damage they do. Obviously Merlin is in the team. I could see him. But as far as like the rest of the team, I don't know who they use. So Merlin is almost a staple when it comes to this damage trial. I've seen other teams that, don't get me wrong, I've seen other teams that don't use Merlin or even Waver. So, and they still do over 1 million. So it's definitely possible. But I think if you want to get as much damage in as possible, Merlin's just the best bet. This quest is only lasting for another couple of hours, so I'm gonna try to beat my record and show you guys what kind of team I use for this quest. It's a lot of tanking, it's a lot of patience, a lot of using the right cards at the right time, making sure I don't do too much damage at the start, but at the same time being as efficient with my noble phantasms and whatnot. So let's see how much damage I'll be able to do. Alright, so again, we're gonna start with the Buster Chain first and see how much we do. Hopefully he doesn't crit, because if Gilgamesh crits, he's probably gonna kill Lancer Arturia. Even though she does have class advantage, Gilgamesh does have all these crazy ass buffs. So Gilgamesh, if you don't crit, then we might do some pretty amazing damage. And he crits. Okay, is this gonna kill? Oh, it doesn't kill. Okay, so let's see how much damage this does, and then I'm gonna quit and then restart it. Not restart the entire match, but quit as in like restart the app, and then use Merlin's Noble Phantasm instead to overcharge Gilgamesh just to see if it does more than a Buster Chain. Alright, so let's see this damage. So that's quite a bit. Alright, now I'm going to try it with Merlin overcharging Gilgamesh Noble Phantasm, because if you didn't know, Gilgamesh gets more damage with overcharge against servants. So he still crits, so I think no matter what, he's going to crit with that card. So again, it is slowed down, so I apologize for that. I'm sure most of you probably don't have a problem, because a lot of you guys love Merlin to death. I love him too, don't get me wrong, but some of you guys take it too far, I'll be honest. Again, using it to overcharge Gilgamesh's. He makes a difference. Again, it was like 1.27 on Siegfried. How much is this going to do? Okay, I think this did a lot more. Jesus. So that definitely did a lot more. Holy shit, that did a lot more. So I think we're going to go with this one. So how much did this do? So in 23 turns I did less than my first time doing this. Wow. I didn't expect that. Honestly, I didn't expect that. Thought we would do more. But okay then. I mean, either way, I was close at least to, you know, getting to my record. So that's pretty much the same strategy that I use to get to 2 million, to get to over 2 million. So again, let me know guys, how much damage did you do? I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought we were going to get over, but I guess not. But yeah, there's my highest score, 2.1 million. Again, I wonder what you guys got. Obviously, I definitely would have done more if I had Black Grail, level 100, limit broken, and an NP5 Gilgamesh as well. And I think for what it's worth, I think I did pretty good. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button. If you didn't enjoy this video, then of course dislike it, and comment down below. Let me know what team did you use and how much damage were you able to dealt on this damage trial, and if you had to use command seals slash Merlin slash all those other factors that sort of go in. I'm kind of happy I didn't have to resort to command seals to do 2 million. So yeah, subscribe to become a supporting character to me, the main character, because y'all already know, without you guys, I'd be the only character, and that's no fun. So I'll see you guys in the next one.
するとはこういうことよ。